Well, hey, hi, it's me again. Hey, hi, it's Joe. I just wanted to make a really quick New Year's Day, New Year's resolutions video. I'm about to go to bed, but my resolutions for this year are to try and stop biting my cuticles permanently. I chew kind of these bits of my fingers and it ends up being really sore and horrible. And I have tactics for stopping doing it. And I have stopped once or twice. There's another sore one there. I've stopped once or twice over the past couple of years. What I usually do, what I find actually works, is I start to carry a nail file around with me and some moisturizer. And anytime there's like a little bit of skin that I find myself wanting to bite off, I file it away instead. So I get out the nail file and I file it down so that it's smooth, so that the temptation is gone. And then obviously like moisturize my hands regularly so that they're less likely to have little tempting dry bits sticking out. So yeah, that's number one. Stop biting my cuticles. Number two is to actually save up some money. Obviously, one of my kind of quiet resolutions last year was to try and clear my overdrafts, and for us to clear Jess's overdraft. We've done that and have a little bit of actual money in the bank now, which is amazing. Not much, but some. So my goal for this year is to actually get some kind of savings. It's not going to be anything. Pardon me. It's not going to be anything drastic and massive, but just something. This is slightly embarrassing to admit, but I've never had savings in my life. So it will be really nice to learn how to do that. And yeah, I think I'm going to have to get a credit card this year because, fucked up as this is, you can't really develop a decent credit rating unless you have a credit card. I've never gotten one before because I wanted to feel like I was sort of had all my general financial kind of situation in hand and in a stable place first. So that I felt like I could trust myself with a credit card. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. My plan is to just use it for my gas money every month and then pay it off just so that I've got something going. Yeah, so that's that. Get some savings together. Stop biting my cuticles. Get some savings together. I'd really like to learn Spanish this year. At least make a really good start at learning Spanish. I am done not being bilingual. I think it's really. To be honest, frankly I find it really embarrassing only speaking one language, especially when we're over in Europe and everyone else in Europe, everyone who's not from the UK speaks at least two languages. Like, it's so rare to come across anyone from the continent that doesn't speak more than one language. It's very, very rare. And yeah, it's just really embarrassing that we're so arrogant and insular that everyone speaks English, so we don't bother learning anything else. So for a while there, the language I wanted to learn was German because I really like German, and it's the language that I have the best kind of base in. I studied French, German, and Latin at GCSE, and I did Latin at A level, but I didn't take anything further than that, and I'm not anywhere near fluent in anything. But yeah, Spanish is the most sensible because my dad speaks Spanish fluently. Jess speaks almost fluent Spanish. Jess's sister lives in Spain, and her partner speak Spanish, obviously. And my dad's little gorgeous baby Sophia, my little sister, is half Dominican, so she's learning Spanish alongside English. So yeah, I'd like to make a really decent start at learning Spanish this year. I should have had a list with me because now I'm starting to forget what the other ones are. I'd like to really get into routines. I'd like to start getting into proper routines this year. And that goes for sort of all kinds of things. It goes for having a fairly regular bedtime and wake up time. It goes for eating at regular times, and it goes for having a regular kind of schedule of when I work, when I rest, when I go to the gym and stuff like that, because that all makes a massive difference to my ability to get things done. I really struggle to get things done, basically. I have, like, suspected ADHD. Jess is 100% convinced that I have ADHD. I'm on a waiting list. No, I'm not on a waiting list. They wouldn't even... Did they put me on it? Maybe they did. The waiting list to see someone, basically, is, like, 4 years, apparently, according to my current GP. I'm going to try moving to another one to see if they'll refer me, but basically, it seems like I might have ADHD. Either way, I really struggle with executive function and getting things done, and I'm hoping that getting into a decent routine will really help with that. I swear to God there's one more thing on this list, and I'm really struggling to think what it is. I might have to make another clip and go check in my notes on my phone. 1 minute. Okay, yeah, there was one more. The last one is to, like, clear out the clutter in the house a little bit. I guess that's kind of a joint thing for me and Jess to do, and actually I'm quite excited about it. We don't have a big house. Our house has only got like 6 rooms in it altogether. So I think if we just take it slow and we do like one room every weekend for a while or every other weekend for a while, and just have a bit of a clear out. It starts to feel a bit, I think, psychologically claustrophobic when you start to have too many belongings and you don't really need most of them. And I guess partly this is to do with the kind of Quaker testimony of simplicity and wanting not to just surround yourself with stuff that you don't need. And eventually we're going to be moving house, and the idea of having to deal with all of that, like clearing out clutter and packing and moving, is really stressful. So yeah, I think it would be nice to just go through and have a big old clear out, give a lot of stuff to charity, probably have to throw some stuff away, but hopefully try and donate most of it, and just reduce our belongings. I think that would be a really nice thing to do, so that everything's a little bit more manageable. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you all had a lovely New Year's Eve and a wonderful first day of the year. I'm very, very grateful to all of you for sticking around and watching, and I will, I guess I'll try and keep you up to date on these things as the year goes on. Yeah, all right. Thanks for watching. Stay cool. Bye.